Okay, guys. There's a warning sign on this JCB. I don't understand. Are you guys ready? I gotta make sure we're gonna go straight and we're not gonna hit anything. Okay, ready? It looks to me like exploding exit. Explosive exit? What do you think that is? I don't know. I don't know. Warning, read the manual. No, I don't want to read the manual. Nobody wants to read a manual. Except for people who are manual writers or manual readers. Can you imagine being a tech writer? Your job is to write manuals that nobody wants to read. That's gotta be a terrible job. I could ask some of the ones at work, I'm sure. We have some tech writers that always complain about nobody reads what they write. I'm like, yeah, well, I guess nobody reads manuals. I don't know why you're surprised by this, but they are. There you go. Those of you that play World of Tanks, I just want to point this out. I've been playing World of Tanks more lately. So if you do play World of Tanks also, feel free to send me a message. I'll reiterate what I've said before. I won't always answer for a couple reasons. Usually I'm playing World of Tanks while I'm waiting on other things to happen, like dinner to cook, or videos to render, or things to download that I need for videos. And a lot of times I get distracted, like, you know, my video's finished rendering, so I just wander off and watch those videos to make sure they're okay and do a few more edits and whatever. Or, you know, the pot starts boiling over, so I go and handle the boiling over pot instead of World of Tanks. So if I don't answer you, or I just disappear, don't be offended. Not doing it on purpose, just I use World of Tanks as sort of a filler while I'm waiting on other things to happen. But I've been goofing around on there. I'll probably stream some of it some point, maybe. We'll see. I have decided that in addition to doing the thing I'm going to do this weekend on the farm, I'm also going to buy another field. Because we're going to have the money. So I might as well do it, right? Right. Also, why wouldn't I, right? I mean, we're trying to buy all the fields, so we have the money. We might as well buy another field. I was kind of like, should I buy 2 fields? I kind of thought about it. I'm like, but if I buy 2 fields, then that just increases the amount of time it's going to take me to handle all these fields. And I don't know if I really want to get into, you know, the time increase it's going to be. Off. Because I think... Now, I was thinking also I could probably solve some of my problem of this insanity of harvesting by actually staging my fields. So instead of planting every single field at the same time, plant them so that, you know, plant one, wait till it gets growth stage 1, then plant another one, or plant 2 and then wait till they hit growth stage 1, then plant the next 2. That would be so logical. Who'd want that? The other problem I have with that, excuse me, is the different growth speeds of the various crops. So unless I want to do monoculture like I'm doing right now, where I just plant all one thing, I have to have enough fields that I can do that across the various crops. Does that make any sense? Probably not. I might be babbling at this point. We are currently at 30-something. We're going to be about 40% full. We might have A couple of full silos here, people. Can you imagine a couple of full silos? We made, what, a couple 100,000 from one silo that wasn't even full all the way? Can I make that turn? I cannot make that turn. So we made a couple 100,000 from one silo that wasn't even full all the way. And we potentially are going to have a full silo plus. So this silo is basically 44% full. And conveniently 46% compacted. It was almost perfect harmony. Almost perfect harmony. So it's 46% full on the two smallest fields I have and one of the large fields. I'll call it a medium. Well, yeah, we'll call it a large field. I've got two more medium fields. That's kind of a small field. This large field and then the super field. Thinking I'm going to fill her up. By the way, I've been feeding my cows ender pearls, in case you haven't noticed. They teleport around a lot. I was going to take away their ender pearl feed, but, you know, the locals, they're kind of enjoying the ender pearl cows. Because every once in a while, they have them, like, the cows will teleport into their yard. And then they have this game of trying to chase the cow. The cow just teleports. It's really funny. Some of you have been asking what the missus has been up to. Well, she's been traveling around a little bit. Been kind of enjoying living here. Try that again. Some of you have been asking what the missus has been up to. She's just been kind of just chilling, enjoying living here. Traveling, learning German, you know, all that fun stuff. We've thought about moving down here to Vogelsberg instead of back up in the other town. We're probably going to do it. Probably pick up a little place here in Vogelsberg. It's not going to be our retirement place or nothing. That's going to be someplace nicer than this. Like, where there's oceans and beaches and sun. A lot of sun. Whee! Because that is where you go to retire. Who would... I don't understand. I actually know somebody who says when they retire, they're going to move to Michigan. And I looked at them and I'm like, what's wrong with you exactly? Why would you move to Michigan when you retire? And they went on about something and I quit listening to them because they were just babbling. Actually, I quit listening to them because I didn't care, but I was still mulling over this whole Michigan. Michigan? Who would retire to Michigan? I mean, I know Michigan's nice. I've been to Michigan before, but if you're retiring, why are you going to go where it's cold? I mean, I know Florida is like insane, full of old people. And maybe you don't want to move there because you're an old person who doesn't like old people. I do know some people like that. But then why not someplace, I don't know, less cold? I can think of a lot of places that are relatively inexpensive and not as cold and gray and... Ugh, it's Michigan. South Carolina comes to mind, actually. So does Georgia, but not as much. Never really a Georgia fan. Don't remember why. Oh, that's right, the University of Georgia. Sorry. Sorry if you're a University of Georgia fan. My alma mater is the black and burgundy of South Carolina. There you go. Georgia was our arch nemesis. Well, actually, Clemson technically was our arch nemesis, but they didn't really count. They weren't in the SEC like we were. So instead it was Georgia and their Bulldogs. All right, so I finished, well, I got I got 3 more strips to do on that field. That field is done. We haven't even started this field. So we're on to field 3 of 4, 5, 6, of 7. Field 3 of 7. I'm pretty sure we're beyond 50% full. This is going to be fun. Because with the exception of the 3rd field we did, these have been the smallest fields I own. So, yeah, this is going to be quite the haul. Let's turn this on so we see how much we have. Whee! So we're at 55% in here. Wow. 55. So we're going to cross 60. Are we going to cross 63? So you're at 55. That's 11% per trailer. So we're at 66. The next one is going to take us up to 77, give or take. We'll just call it, yeah. So 77, then 88, then 99, obviously. So that's 3 trailers to get us to a full silo. I have a pretty good feeling that we're going to make 3 trailers with this. Just saying. So that means we're going to have to run 2 silos. Or more. Kind of thinking about it. This usually is 3, or is it 4? I think this is 4 trailers. That one's usually 2 trailers. That's 6 trailers. So that's got to be 4 or 5 trailers. We might actually get to the point where we might have 2 full silos and then some. Wow. That's going to be a lot of silage. And I believe that we made, we'll call it conservative. We'll be conservative and say we make 120,000 per silo. I think we make more than that. But if we make 120,000 per silo, we're looking at basically $250,000 in silage. That should set us up pretty nicely. And of course, I'm not going to do a silage crop. We're going to go to the canola because I don't think I could handle doing barley. I don't think I could deal with it. Of course, canola is just easy. It's like the easy crop. There's no leftovers that you have to deal with. It's relatively small volume for the yield you get, so I won't have nearly as much yield, but you do get paid better, which is nice. Can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did the math back in Kansas, which was season 1, about what is actually better, and I think I actually came out that with the exception of great demand, because that's always going to screw up your calculation, I think I decided that barley was your best overall crop. Because I think its yield in terms of not just the crop, but also the silage yield, or straw yield, was such that it was the best crop plant. That I could be remembering it wrong, or that could have changed. And again, every map can actually alter the yields. So what worked in Kansas might not work here. Just gonna drive around in circles here. Seems like the thing to do right now. Collect a little bit of grass. So summer vacation should be upon many of you shortly, if not already. Who's doing something fun for summer vacation? Anybody going somewhere cool? Anybody going to Disneyland? Graduate and go to Disneyland? Little secret. I've never been to Disneyland. I've only been in Florida once, and it was for work. I literally flew into Orlando on the last flight of the day, spent 2 days in Orlando, and I never once left the office. We even had lunch brought in. That's how crazy it was. And then once we were done, we literally jumped in the rental car, drove to the airport, and left. So I didn't actually do anything at all. The most getting out that we did was going for dinner. And then it was like, literally we crossed the street from the hotel. That was it. Yep, that's about as much as I've been in Florida. Can't say I'm upset by that, of course. Not really a big... I want to go for... there's a museum in Pensacola I want to go to. But beyond that, meh. My summer is going to be no fun, really. It's going to be all work and very little play. Well, except for playing on here for videos. It's just sort of work and play at the same time. I have no idea where I'm going to be or when I'm going to be there. Till August. August we have a couple trips. But they're all for gaming related things anyway. So there you go. Pretty much, oops, all work. Aw, sad panda. But that's okay. It's all okay. What are we at here? 77% filled. Or 76, depending on which way the little thing ticks. I presume that's like silage getting stuck in the tires or something that I'm losing, but whatever. Whatevs. So that was 77, so this one will take us to 88. Yeah, I think we're gonna have 2 full silos. That yields us a 1/4 mil, plus the canola harvest, because I'm just gonna plant everything back down in canola. If we do that, then we should be pretty well off. I'm betting we'll probably be, let's see, we got 123 right now. If we add 250 to that, we'll be at 375 basically, plus another 30,000 of cow. Take us to 400 plus whatever we make off the canola crop. I'm betting we're going to be creeping near 500. Okay, you. that folded. No? Fold. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to get him out of the way because I'm still... Yeah, I'm not convinced that this is really going to work as well as I hoped. With all the signs and everything. There you are. There. With all the signposts and everything, I'm not really convinced that that's going to work as well as I'd hoped. Which kind of stinks. Kind of stinks. Kind of should have seen it coming, though, but... Alright, I've noticed that definitely it's not going up nearly as fast as when it's windrowed into a pile, so I don't think I'm losing as much as I might have originally thought I was losing. I mean, I'm not saying that it's, like, lossless, but I don't think it's as bad as I first feared. Not that, you know, not that windrowing is going to be the end-all be-all. I'm not 100%, I mean, with... I think the problem really with the windrowing is the, it's having all the signs and everything. If I didn't have all the signs and the sticks everywhere, windrowing would be so much easier. Also, square fields would be a great help.